What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is Pissah. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith LaCava. What's going on, Kimbro Slice?
Kimbro Slice. Not much Tommy DeVito, bro. How we doing, baby?
Oh, my goodness. I love it.
Actually, his mother painted this shirt. You know, Goodfellas, baby. Come on. You know the deal.
I was going to say, it looked nice. Episode 22. It's been great.
Yes, sir.
We had a stat challenge last week for episode 21.
Crazy input. We love it all, everybody.
Yeah, there was a lot of guesses. It was great. There was a lot of close guesses. There was actually a tie, and the tiebreaker is whoever comments first. My sister and your father.
What are the odds
tied.
of that, dude?
Yeah, they were both off by one, so great guessing, guys. But
Congrats, Liz.
Congrats on winning the card. We have another stat challenge this week.
Yes, we do.
We have a really cool card this week. It's Ramondre Stevenson rookie, numbered to only 50, and it's autographed. And we're asking for his rushing yards and his receiving yards. So his total yards is going to be the guess this week.
That's a good
guys.
one. I like that.
Again, whoever comments first, if there's ever a tie, that's the rule we came up with.
Right.
You can check the YouTube, the Facebook pages for any of the guesses. We're going to eventually try to get it all on YouTube if we could, but either way, we're going to post it on our Facebook, on the page. So, I mean, if you want to guess there too, that's fine.
Yeah, traditionally, we'd like people to comment on the YouTube, but if not, on the Facebook works as well. But
exactly.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
Good luck this week on that. So
absolutely.
Why don't we jump right into Wicked Pissah News?
Wicked Pissah News, Frank. And as always, we're going to start off with the Boston Bruins, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So 1-2 in the last 3 games. Let's start off with they had a 4-0 loss to the Maple Leafs last Tuesday, followed by a 4-3 overtime win, and then a 3-2 overtime loss to the Senators this past Saturday.
I saw that, and it was against Allmark, our old goalie that we traded away. So that was a tough loss in overtime as well.
A little extra motivating for him, for sure.
Yeah, they're 7-2 right now. They got a game tonight, at St. Louis. So we'll see how they do. They really do got to pick it up. I feel like they're not playing, where they should be.
Not
at this
consistent,
point.
Man. It seems like it'll be a 2-game, 3-game losing streak. Then they'll get a win. Then it'll be another 2-3 games. So I mean, they got to be a little more consistent.
Yeah, this team's not what it was. So I mean, hopefully they can put it together and maybe add a piece or two and kind of go from there.
See.
So
Right.
What do you got for on the Celtics?
So we'll move over to the Celtics, baby. 9-2 total on the season. It's crazy too, man. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the only team ahead of them right now, man. Well, I mean, other teams are tied as well with 2 losses.
Yeah,
but man, the
still.
Cavs are looking nice.
Cavs are crazy good.
But let's go back last week to the game everybody was anticipating, and that was the revenge game against the Warriors. And you're wondering what revenge game. It was all over the Olympics where Steve Kerr benched Jason Tatum numerous times. So yeah, unfortunately though, the C's, they lost to the Warriors that game 118-112. Jason Tatum finished with 32 points. He was looking pretty good. Derek White, man, hit 7 3-pointers in that game, 26 points. And then on the other side, we got to bring up Steph Curry in that game, and he had 27 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds, nearly a triple-double.
That was a tough loss. I watched that game too.
I did
and
too, man. I wanted them to beat them so bad, dude.
I thought they were going to come out with a vengeance too, but what can you do?
Yep, and then this past Sunday, the Cavs came back down 17 points against the Milwaukee Bucks. They ended up winning 113-107, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Bucks, they don't look like a good team right now. They're sitting at 2-8.
Giannis been calling everybody out,
right?
As he should be. They're not playing with any sort of intensity.
You see what he said to that dude in the locker room? He said, if you don't want to be here, get out. You hear the guy go, you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm dead serious.
I don't know if we got the clip, but we should show the clip of the handshake. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Jaylen Brown.
This is Giannis after the offensive foul call. Whoop. Yep. Psych.
You all right, man? Yeah, okay, psych.
He bumped into Jaylen Brown. He got called for an offensive, and he was walking down the court, and he went like this, and he was like, psych, and Jaylen was all mad. But he put his hand back out, though. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny, and Jaylen took it so mad.
He did,
personally.
called him a child and
I'm
everything.
like, come on, dude. He's just joking around, trying to have fun, making the game fun. You know what I mean?
I think it had something to do stemming from when he gave him that elbow right before as well.
I mean, I understand he was mad about the elbow.
I mean, that was ferocious, bro. I mean, Giannis is a big boy.
Yeah, he's strong, too. So, I get that. They play tonight also at home. Atlanta Hawks coming to town.
Yep.
So, again, we're second in the East right now. See what we can do.
It's also the start of the NBA Cup, which I'm not a big fan of because I think it's kind of stupid, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I agree. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, the Lakers won last. You know they got a banner for that.
Oh, banner. Yeah, get out of here.
So, we're going to move over to the NFL. And, Frankie, didn't have much crazy NFL news this week, which was a very slow week, but we did have some big news, and that was Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is now slated to miss the rest of the season. It's actually official today. They were trying to work something out where he didn't have to have the surgery, but it turns out he's going to be having the hamstring surgery tomorrow. As a matter
he
of fact.
opted to do the surgery and just get it over with.
So, I mean, look at what he's been on the season so far after this contract extension. 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The Cowboys are in 3rd place in the NFC East at 3-6, only ahead of the Giants by 1 game at 2-8, dude. Who would have thought the Cowboys were going to be this bad? I mean, I know he's hurt. They're going to be worse now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this last game against Philly, dude. They got killed by the Eagles. 34-6. Mind you, Cooper Rush, who started, only 45 passing yards on 13 completions. Garbage. And then Trey Lance only had 21. He came in, garbage time and everything.
Philly destroyed them. They had Kenny Pickett out there and stuff. It was just wild.
They had 2 quarterbacks and only 49 total passing yards. Jerry, you're in trouble.
He needs to step back and let people run the team.
Absolutely.
This is wild.
Well, I saw a thing saying that, if he hired an actual GM and the GMs were making the moves that he was making as a GM, they'd be canned immediately.
Of course.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean, bro?
If he
It's
wasn't
like,
the owner, come on.
You know how it is,
We
man.
already know.
But then, one more piece of NFL news, pretty interesting. Not really an injury, but the 49ers, man. We got a clip, and actually we have the clip we're going to show you, but 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel was picking fights with his special teams players over the weekend. After Jake Moody missed his 3rd field goal, mind you, the 49ers were up 3 points, he decided to go up to him and the long snapper, grab one of them by the throat, push the other one.
It was just wild.
And then he tells him to lock in and everything. And he even admitted after the game, he said, I let my frustrations get the best of me in the heat of battle.
You can't do that.
No,
You just
dude.
Can't do that.
I mean, I get it. Yeah,
The guy's injured all the time too. Like
Right.
I'm his fantasy manager. I want to grab him by the throat. Like, what are you doing?
So let's show that clip real quick because it was pretty interesting.
Goes Samuel. Oh.
Deebo, he doesn't want to hear that.
I guess taking some trash talk or shots at the kicking game, but
Yeah.
But it's like, come on, man. You got to have a
you
little
can't
more
do that.
sportsmanship than that, bro. Come on,
Can't
Deebo.
do that. He can't kick a field goal anyway. Like you can go try to kick. We know how hard it is.
Yeah. Tell me. And Jake Moody just came back from injury, too.
I know. He had 6 attempts. He did miss 3 of his 6 attempts. I will say.
Dude.
I was like, dang. And I had him in one of my leagues.
Well, I did, too. He got me 20 points week 1, I remember.
Yeah. He was great week 1.
So, like I said, the 49ers were up 3 when that happened, but obviously they're going to put that behind them. But unfortunately, the 49ers are 5-4, second place behind the Cardinals in the NFC West,
Cardinals
bro.
are playing good.
Who would have thought? I mean,
They're playing some good football
They
right
have
now.
an extra game. They're 6-4. The 49ers are 5-4 because they've had the bye week. But, dude, the Cardinals, man, are
They're playing
surging,
some
bro.
good football.
Absolutely, brother.
So that's all we got for Wicked Pissah News. Let's jump right into the Foxboro Focus.
Here we are, Foxboro folks. It was a good week, Frank. We know what happened. We beat the Bears. But before we get into that, we actually do have some Patriots transactions news.
Let's do it.
Patriots claim veteran pass rusher Yannick Ngakoue off waivers from the Ravens. Patriots cut their second leading tackler, Raekwon McMillan, to actually make this move. So that was a kind of a surprise to me, but been up and down with injuries. Unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Been a journeyman, Ngakoue, 6 teams in his career. He has 70.5 sacks over 9 seasons, and he actually has a sack and a half this season for the Ravens. We've needed the pass rush help, clearly, Frankie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Traded Matt Judon. We just traded Uche, Christian Barmore with the blood clots. So we definitely needed some help. But I mean, he didn't even play this past week, so how about we get into the game against the Bears?
We didn't need any help this week.
No problem getting sacks. We'll get into that number later, but real quick, let's break down the Week 10 recap. So the Patriots beat the Bears 19-3, bringing their record to 3-7. So yeah, actually, we're going to show you guys the highlights again from that game. Let's get right into it.
Week 11, Patriots versus Bears. First quarter, we got Drake May dropping back, getting ready to look downfield. Who's he looking for? Delivers a clean ball to tight end Austin Hooper for a nice gain to start the game off. End of the first quarter, and this definitely became a reoccurring theme for Caleb Williams in this game. He's been sacked by Dietrich Wise, and that is the first of 9 total for the game for the Patriots. Next, Patriots possession, Drake May dropping back. He likes looking downfield lately, but unfortunately here, forced it to the sideline, and what a nice interception by linebacker TJ Edwards, tapping the toes too. Fast forward to 2 minutes left in the first half, and Drake May on the play action. He's looking for the man with the best hands in the NFL, and that's Jalen Polk for the touchdown to put the Patriots up 10-3. Start of the second half, and like I said, this is going to be a recurring theme for Caleb Williams, because here he's going to be sacked by Jeremiah Farms, but then later on he's going to be sacked again, and then of course sacked again later on in the game for 9 total. Patriots up 19-3, a lot of field goals, only 1 touchdown, but the Bears had nothing better to do but just throw a pass there. They lose, Patriots win. Patriots improved to 3-7 on the season, and what a great defensive performance this was.
Some real quick Patriots offensive stats at the Bears Week 10. Drake May, 15 for 25, 184 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Ramondre Stevenson, 20 carries, 74 yards. Demario Douglas, the guy we had for the stat challenge, 4 catches for 50. Jalen Polk missed the best hands in the NFL. He only had 1 catch for 2 yards and a touchdown. Figured we'd bring it up. And then Austin Hooper, man, 3 receptions for 64. He was actually getting some big catches
I thought
there.
Henry was going to get some balls thrown his way. It was Hooper. Yeah.
Right. So Patriots defense at the Bears Week 10. Jelani Tavai, 9 total tackles, 1 sack. Anthony Jennings, 2 sacks. Dietrich Wise, 2 sacks. It was like Oprah. You get a sack. You get a sack. You get a sack. Everybody gets sacks. But yeah, man, they were killing it. But let's bring up the Bears stats versus the Patriots Week 10. Caleb Williams, 16 for 30, 120 yards. Not looking too good. No. DeAndre Swift only had 65 total yards. Got him in fantasy. It is what it is. Keenan Allen, the guy you brought up for one of your starts in DraftKings. I mean, I think he led the team in receiving with 5 catches, 44 yards, Frankie.
Yeah, not as much as I thought, but he did all right, 10 points.
Not bad. And then, like we were talking about, TJ Edwards with that nasty toe tap interception on the sideline, and he also had 13 total tackles. But they played so bad on offense, Frankie, that the Bears just fired their offensive coordinator today, Shane Waldron.
I don't even know how Eberflus, or however you say his name,
Eberflus?
Yeah, I don't even know how he has a job at this point. They've been playing so bad. There was a clip of Caleb Williams getting knocked down, and not one Bear came over to help him out. It was actually the Patriots actually helped the guy up off the ground. So it's just like the line's not protecting him. None of them want to either play for him or the coach. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. You know what I mean? He's had a couple of games this year that he looked pretty good, and then he's regressed so much.
I think that Hail Mary really just took the wind out of their sails.
I don't know,
bro.
but it's just like to give up 9 sacks in a game.
9 sacks when we only had 16 going into that game,
9 in
bro.
a game is unheard of.
Unheard of.
It's the whole line should
Philly did it a few weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah,
actually.
it's super
Very
rare though. Yeah, it's
rare.
crazy. 9 sacks is unheard of.
Oh, dude. So, yeah, they looked rough, man. He was getting banged around. I mean, it doesn't help, too, when you're coming into the season as a rookie. You're talking about having ownership stake in the team and you're playing like this. Come on, man. You got to do better.
Yeah.
Patriots notes at the Bears, Week 10. Patriots had 9 total sacks, like we just said. But you know what? Our offensive line troubles, we only allowed 1, Frankie.
Yeah, no.
1 sack allowed,
It was the best game we've played by far this season as a whole. If you look at it as a whole,
around, bro.
The defense is what we thought it would be, right?
Right.
Drake May's exactly what we thought.
Even
he
though
had
we
a couple
got 1
rushing
touchdown,
first
but a lot of
downs.
field goals.
I'm saying he moved the ball.
Right.
He had, around 200 yards. He had 20-something yards rushing. Like, this is what you expect from, he doesn't have to dominate a game.
No. And
you got 70, 80 yards from Ramondre.
Exactly.
Everyone's pitching in.
Right.
This is what it could look like.
Absolutely.
Add a few pieces in the next year or two. We got a real good team.
The Patriots held the Bears to 1 for 14 on 3rd down, bro. Patriots had 328 total yards, 184 passing, 144 rushing, and they only held the Bears to 142 total yards.
That was amazing.
Yes, sir. So the Bears, they had 11 total possessions, Frankie. They punted on 8 of them. They got a field goal on 1. You know what's funny, though? So back in the draft, Caleb Williams, number 1 pick, when the Bears drafted their punter, Tory Taylor, in the 4th round, he apparently texted him and said, "You're not going to be punting too much this year." They did that basically 80% of the game against the Patriots.
That's
Mind
crazy.
you, not to dog on our team, it's the Patriots, and it's not the old Patriots. So to play bad,
they played great. I mean, that just shows how bad the Bears played.
That's
too.
what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, I get it.
So moving on to Week 11 versus the Rams breakdown, Frankie. So the Rams played last night. Let's break down what they did. Rams lost to the Dolphins 23-15, bringing their overall record to 4-5. Let's go to their offensive stats. Matthew Stafford, 32 for 46, man, throwing it 46 times out there, bro.
That's crazy.
293 yards. He only had 1 interception. Kyron Williams, man, so the guy was on a 10-game touchdown streak. Now, this is the 2nd straight game without a touchdown for him. 15 carries, 62 yards, and he had 5 receptions for 20. He's getting the looks, just didn't get a touchdown this week, 2 straight weeks. And then Puka Nacua, 9 catches for 98 yards, and then Cooper Kupp, 7 receptions for 80. That's 178 total receiving yards by those guys alone.
I mean, they were playing from behind for a while.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were
just
playing
looked
46 times passing.
It's just crazy.
We're going to have to look out for those guys next week.
Yeah.
And then Rams notes from Week 10. The Rams had 327 total yards, 257 passing, like we were just saying, 70 rushing. Rams held the Dolphins to 238 total yards. One of those situations gets weird. You see the team that lost have significantly more yards.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Rams were 0 for 3 in the red zone, so that was a problem for them there.
Oh, they look terrible.
Oh, yeah. And they had 6 penalties for 64 yards. They kept getting them out of good positions, man, to score.
Oh, they were shooting themselves in the foot the whole game.
Constant, bro. But obviously, like every week, Frankie, we got to bring up the predictions. And, the Rams may have lost last night, but I'm still going to take them to beat the Patriots this week.
Yeah, I got it too. I mean, the Rams, 2 weeks ago, they looked great. And then last night, they looked terrible. So,
well, I mean, it's a matter of 2 of our pass defense. We got to play good against them. The Rams have the 9th best pass offense. So our guys are going to have to do...
They have 2 ridiculous receivers. Right. You know what I mean?
And somebody that you bring up a lot, dude, Colby Parkinson, man, he slept on, and I feel like he potentially could have a good game against us this week.
It's funny. I put him in a parlay last night. The kid barely played. The other kid...
Really?
Yeah, the kid, his last name is Allen. I want to say it's like Davy Allen or something.
Was it? No, I think I know who you're talking about.
He played well. He caught like 5 or 6 balls or 4 or 5 balls anyway. But I was surprised Colby wasn't out there much. I only saw him on a few plays.
That is a surprise because they've been ranting and raving about him.
Yeah, I was very strange. He has a 7-catch game this year, like 3 weeks ago, and he literally he might not even played 7 snaps last night.
Wow.
He was in one of my parlays. I was like, where is this guy? And I saw a lot of people on the different chat sites were like, where is he even playing?
It's just one of those things, man, where it's like he seemed like he found a role for himself within that Rams offense. And
I was very surprised. He hit 2 or more catches in every game but one this year. And until last night, he didn't catch a single ball last night.
That's crazy.
I don't know if he did something or the coaches were mad at him. But
who knows?
The third string or the second string, number 87. His last name was Allen. I want to say it was Davy Allen or something.
Davis
Allen? Oh, it was Davis Allen.
Davis Allen.
Davis.
Yeah, I had to think of that
Davis.
one.
Yeah, not Davy. Davis Allen. He caught. I'd say he caught at least 4 balls last night. So
I'll tell you right now, though, I ain't starting Davis Allen this week.
Nope. So that's all we got for the Foxboro Focus. Let's jump into Wicked Smart Fantasy Stats.
Wicked Smart Fantasy Stats, and here we are again, Frankie. So let's go to my league. This week, your boy won 125.48 to 101.88, bringing my record to 6-4. I'm studs real quick. Terry McLaurin, 16.3 points. He had 113 yards. Derrick Henry, another touch. I only had 14 points, but again, he scored in every single game this year for me. Mark Andrews, the other Raven, he was a dud performance last week, and he's a stud this week with 18.8 points, 68 yards and a touchdown. And Rachaad White, man, 19.70 total yards against the 49ers defense and a touchdown. Some surprising duds for you guys this week. Jaden Daniels. Now, the guy didn't have a turnover, but he only had me 8.58 points, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, man, I don't really even put the blame on him because Sam Darnold just looked like trash in that game against the Jaguars last week.
He looked real bad.
9.8 points, 48 receiving yards. How are you not looking for the best receiver in football, man? Come on. And then my boy Ladd McConkey, who I actually just acquired from my cousin Joey, only 7.2 points. It is what it is. I'm sure they'll be looking for Ladd some more. But how'd you do in my league, Frankie?
I lost 2 weeks in a row now. I got McCaffrey back at least, but
damn, the week you get him back, you lose?
Yeah, I put up 150. I mean, I didn't have a bad week.
You would have beat me.
Yeah, I would have beat a few teams, but I keep getting people's bests, unfortunately. And
Yep.
now I'm going. I still have the most points in the league. I'm still in first place, but I'm 7-3 now, and I'm playing the second place Mike, who's in second place, and he's got the second most points. So it'll be an interesting week. But Jalen Hurts had almost 35 points. Yeah, he's been good. Kamara 16. Hubbard again, 25 points.
Got that contract extension
he's an
too.
animal.
Yes,
and then James Cook had 15, and then McCaffrey had almost 17. My duds, I had to start a wide out because I've lost Rashee Rice this year, and I lost Chris Godwin, who was leading the league in points at one point for receivers. So Gabe Davis, I ended up having to start 2.9. He did terrible. My tight end was on a bye. I had Johnson in there. Theo Johnson from the Giants only had 7 points. And then my kicker got 4, and my defense got 5. So it was a bad week, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. But then we move over to your league, Frankie, where it's just the skid continues for me, bro. It is what it is. I'm just going to try to hope to not get last place. But your boy, I lost 148.64 to 124.34. I mean, the losses, man, were close in the beginning, but now it's getting rough.
It's falling apart, folks.
Yeah, bringing my record to 1-9. It is what it is.
1-9, oh no.
So Marvin Harrison Jr., he was a stud this week. 16.4 points, man. He was looking good, had a touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 2 back-to-back weeks over the double-digit points, 14.6. James Cook, 15.5, like Frankie was talking about, 80 rushing yards and a touchdown. And then I had to bench Michael Pittman Jr. because he wasn't playing. I started Alec Pierce. He got me 18.1 points,
Alec
man.
had a good game.
Yes, he did. And then my duds, my quarterback, Kirk Cousins, man, 11.24 against that Saints defense. And they lost.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson, man, I had to, like I said, I had Keon Coleman not playing. I had Pittman not playing. So I had to start him, bro. He had 1.6, bro. I'm like, come on, dude. 1 catch for 6 yards?
I thought he'd be better on that team,
Dude.
honestly.
And
2
then-
games, he hasn't done nothing.
Right. Dalton Kincaid, 4.4. He got hurt, man. You know,
Yeah, he did.
it's funny. When I don't start him, he gets double digits. When I do start him, he sucks.
I got guys like that, too.
And the Falcons defense, bro, like I was just talking about, Kirk Cousins playing garbage against the Saints. The Falcons lost to the Saints, and their defense only had 4.5, man. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes, sir. How'd you do, Frankie?
I ended up winning in my league. Cup had 15. We talked about him earlier. Terry McLaurin had 18. Jawan Jennings, I actually sat Tyreek Hill, but Jawan Jennings, I didn't know if Hill would play. He was questionable on Monday night. He had 16. I had Chase Brown at 22 again. Rachaad White had 19, and then Bijan Robinson had 30, so he had a good game.
Yep.
My duds, again, we talked about Jaden Daniels. I have him in my league, 9.5. I had Jake Ferguson over Laporta. I wish I started Laporta. Ferguson only had
Laporta got hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his shoulder. He's day-to-day, they said, but I don't know if he'll make it this week. But Ferguson only had 4.4. And then Javonte Williams, who I might just drop.
Up and down at this
It's
point,
so crazy.
man,
Every
right?
time, it's the same thing. If I start him, he'll get low points. He only got 2.7 points. He had 1 carry and 1
It was like that week you benched him when he put up like 26 or something like that.
27 points or something crazy. So,
crazy.
And then, my kicker got 8. So, I mean, But I got the dub, so I'm playing Adam this week, who's 9-1. He wanted a shutout. He beat you in 2 leagues a couple weeks ago.
I was gonna say what up, but now I'm not.
hasn't lost but 1 game in my league, so I gotta make him lose out. I have a few points behind him, but we're pretty close in points.
Should be a close one for you guys.
A good one, yeah. So
let's move over to the Week 11 must-starts, Frankie. And like I said last week, man, I'm taking a different approach here. I'm not just gonna name all the starts like I've been doing the first half of the season. So let's start off here with quarterback. Start quarterback Russell Wilson versus the Ravens, bro. What, dude? Back-to-back weeks,
that's crazy, man.
So Russ has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception since being back from injury. The Ravens still have the 32nd ranked pass defense, as we always talk about.
Yep.
The Ravens allowed 428 passing yards and 4 touchdowns versus Joe Burrow last week, and we saw what Jamar Chase did too.
I played them in my my super flex league. I had the guy had Burrow and Chase. They put up like 100 points between the two.
Mike
of
Whitney
them.
in our league had both of them, dude.
Oh yeah. His team went crazy. I'm playing him this week.
Oh my God, man, crazy. So yeah, definitely get him in there. Number 2, start running back Joe Mixon at the Cowboys.
Yep,
Cowboys have the 30th ranked rush defense. A lot of injuries. Parsons is hurt. Lawrence is banged up. You know how they're looking.
Yep.
Mixon only had 46 rushing yards and a touchdown last week versus the Lions, but you got to look at it in this perspective. The Lions have the 7th ranked rush defense, and he still got a touchdown.
Yep.
Before that, he had 4 straight 100-yard rushing games and 5 touchdowns in that span, Frankie. Mixon has 7 total touchdowns in his last 5 games as well, so I'd say you get him in here, and he might do something for you against the Cowboys. Number 3, start wide receiver Jamison Williams versus the Jaguars.
I like that one.
The Jags have the 31st ranked pass defense. Now, Jamison Williams, he got big playability. The guy has 3 catches over 50 yards this year. Mind you, at 6'1", the guy runs a 4.25. And I'm telling you right now, the Jaguars, they don't got that speed in their secondary.
Nobody does.
So 3 catches for 53 yards last week. And Jamison is 2nd in the league in yards per catch at 20.7. Mind you, he's not one of those guys that's just getting out there here and there, dude. He's been out there pretty significantly, minus missing 2 games with a suspension.
Yeah, suspended.
And he's only behind Alec Pierce in those numbers, too.
Yep.
Number 4, start wide receiver Cedric Tillman at the Saints, bro.
I like it.
Saints have the 27th ranked pass defense, and since Amari Cooper got traded and he, got an expanded role and everything, he's had over 70 yards in 3 straight games, 255 to be exact on the total, and 3 touchdowns in that span. Saints just also traded their best corner in Marshawn Lattimore is gone, so I think Cedric Tillman could blow up in this game. He's already blowing up, dude.
I like that.
That was a huge pickup for you, dude.
I grabbed him in 2 leagues. I was like, I'm taking a chance.
Do your thing, brother. And then number 5 at tight end, start tight end Jonnu Smith versus the Raiders. Now, the Raiders may have the 10th ranked pass defense, Frankie. Obviously they look pretty good against the pass, but they struggle against tight ends.
Yeah.
Over 50 receptions, over 500 yards, and 5 touchdowns to tight ends this year. Mind you, they're 9th worst in yards to tight ends, and they're 5th worst in touchdowns.
Yeah.
So Smith is garnering a ton of targets lately, too. 31 in his last 5 games. And he had over 40 receiving yards in 4 of the last 5 as well. So Tua's been looking for him. Obviously he's a security blanket. He doesn't want to be trying to look downfield when he's got the blitz. He sees Jonnu right there. Did you see the play he had last night,
Oh, it's crazy. I thought he was going to get in. That was crazy.
Oh, dude,
he had a couple balls. Other balls he could have caught, too. He's been playing real well.
Dude, I wish when we had him, we knew how to utilize him.
I know, yeah. He's been playing well for them, actually.
So, Frankie, let's hear your FanDuel picks, brother.
I got the same quarterback, Russell Wilson, 7,800. Again, you talked about it. Going up against the Ravens, they're giving up the 2nd most points to fantasy quarterbacks. So that's 7,800. I'm taking Russell Wilson, and I'm stacking him with George Pickens. Pickens only 7,500, and again the Ravens, they're giving up the 2nd most fantasy points to quarterbacks. They're giving up the 1st most points to wideouts. So George Pickens at 75 and Russell Wilson at 78. Those are my 2 guys there. I got Nick Chubb's at the Saints. Nick last week Bijan Robinson against the Saints put up 30 fantasy points. So Nick Chubb, his 3rd or 4th game back. I mean, 6,200 seems like a discount, and
he's gonna have that blow-up game. I could see it in this one.
I'm saying he ran all over them. Bijan did last week, so why not?
Yes, sir.
I got tight end 5,500 is Kyle Pitts. I know Denver's a good defense, but Travis Kelce went crazy against them last week. They only put up 16 points, KC did, and it seemed like every ball went to Kelce. So Kelce had 20-plus points last week. So for 5,500, Kyle Pitts seems like a discount for me. And then my defense, I got Green Bay. They're 4,600. They're probably like the 4th most expensive, so they're not really discounted, but they're playing the Bears. The Patriots just got 9 sacks. Anybody that's playing the Bears, I'm starting. Simple as that for defense. All right,
Put it in that perspective.
Yeah, that seemed to make the most sense. So here's my team here. If you want to take a look,
keep it, Frankie.
That's my whole team.
The Russell Wilson, me and Frankie both picked him. Nick Chubb and Stevenson, I like that duo right there. Pickens, man, too. He's been a consistent one for Russell Wilson, and actually when Justin Fields was in.
Yep.
Sutton, man, I like that. Bo Nick's been using him a lot, man. I wish they won that game last week.
That was a close game,
That was crazy, bro. Garrett Wilson, man, the Jets kind of do look like trash, but Garrett Wilson's still going to get his. Pitts and Najee Harris, man, for the flexes, and then the Packers defense. I like it, Frankie.
We'll see.
Let's win some money, baby.
Let's jump right into the lava round.
Lava round, baby. Let's go back to those NFL weekly picks from week 10, Frankie.
Let's do it.
So last week, man, your boy finished with an 8-6 record overall in the week, bringing my overall record to 98-54. We only had one difference, bro. It was that Chiefs-Broncos game. We all know what happened. Frank, you had a 9-5 record, bringing your overall record to 101-51. You broke 100 first, bro.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Speaking of that Chiefs-Broncos game, I got to show this clip. Let's show that clip real quick.
The Broncos beat the Chiefs in Denver late October last year. That was the last time they met until today. 35-yard field goal Lutz. Fraboni the snap, Riley the hold, Lutz the kick to win it. Oh! Blocked! The Chiefs have won! The Chiefs have won!
Frankie. Come on, man. And mind you, that wasn't a long field goal. I get it, man.
Short field goal.
And it looked like a sure thing, bro. The Broncos are going to give him the Bo Nix. That was going to be great for him.
It was a great pick by you. I even said they play them tough every time.
They do.
And I was like, I'm always on the fence. Denver's defense has been good. I mean, they played KC real good.
They were up 14-0.
They played them great. Yes. I thought they should have won that game. Obviously, if they had that one mistake, really, if you look at it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, some teams get ahead of themselves when they're up on Kansas City big, man. They got to be more aggressive, man. I get it, conservative. You want to play safe, but when it's the Chiefs, man, and they're from behind, man, they're trying to get that win, man. They're undefeated right now.
They should have won, though. I mean, it's like you had one job.
That's it.
And you didn't block, and the guy blocked it, and it was like.
But what drives me nuts though with these teams is, man, they'll be up double digits on the Chiefs, bro, and they play too conservative.
Yeah, they take the foot off the gas pedal.
You gotta play aggressive, dude.
I get
constantly
it,
against them. But hey, Frankie, let's get into these Week 11 picks. You name them, we'll predict them, brother.
All right, we got Commanders at Eagles.
So this was a tough one for me. This is gonna be a tough one. I mean, it's gonna be a real good Thursday night game, but I'm gonna be taking the Eagles here.
I have to take the Eagles. They just killed Dallas by a million.
Right.
And then, like I said, Jaden Daniels, we talked about, he didn't look that good. I feel like it's going to be a really good game. It should be more of a shootout.
Right.
But, I think the Eagles.
Man, I think it's going to be the Eagles there for sure.
Raiders at Miami.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking the Dolphins here. They looked pretty good last night.
I agree. They looked real good last night. I'm definitely taking Miami. Probably by double digits. Raiders are terrible.
Right.
The Browns at the Saints.
So this is another toilet bowl. You might as well call it like the Panthers and Giants last week. I'm going to be honest with you, though. I'm going to be taking the Saints. They play pretty good against the Falcons. And the Browns, man, the Browns are just the Browns. So
I know. I mean, Jameis Winston coming back there. I mean, he was the backup there for a while.
He had that one good game against the Ravens this year. Man, I think they're in disarray right now.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking the Saints now that Derek Carr's back. Colts at Jets, another game that's just two teams that are.
So I'm gonna be honest, man. The Colts made it very competitive against the Bills last week. The Jets just look like garbage. I'm gonna be taking the Colts here. I don't care that it's in New York, or should I say New Jersey? I'm gonna take
the Jets.
Ooh.
I'm gonna switch it up and go Jets here. I don't know.
Difference.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a toss-up game. I think I'm taking the home team this time. I thought the Jets would be way better this year. I thought the Colts wouldn't be too bad either. But
one difference so far.
Yeah, Vikings at Titans.
Both taking the Vikings.
Vikings are simple. Packers at the Bears. We know it's Packers. The Bears are just terrible.
Yes.
Jags at Lions. I know you're taking the Jags. I mean the Lions. We're both taking the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions.
I'm assuming.
I was gonna say I'm not doing an upset with that one.
No way. I don't imagine. The Jags almost pulled it out against Minnesota. I couldn't believe that how bad
but their quarterback,
Sam Darnold played.
Sam Darnold, man, was looking like the Sam Darnold from the Jets.
Yep. Rams at Pats. We already talked about that. We're gonna both go Rams.
Yep.
Ravens at Steelers. This is the divisional matchup. This is gonna be a big game this week.
So it's in Pittsburgh. That is a tough one, man. And Pittsburgh has been turning it on. They just got Mike Williams, who got the game-winning touchdown last week.
That was a sick catch. Yeah,
that was
a sick catch.
I'm gonna be taking the Ravens in this one, man. Lamar's been playing out of his freaking mind.
He's the MVP 2 years in a row. There's not even a question.
Dude, he's already almost got as many yards and touchdowns.
He's first in fantasy points.
Right, dude, it's crazy.
Guy's an animal.
Yes,
he's like one of my favorite players to watch. I gotta go Ravens too, but I mean, this is gonna be a fun game to watch.
Oh yeah,
they're
especially
always
in Pittsburgh too, man. Those towels gonna be flying.
Oh my gosh, it's such a competitive, fun game to watch.
Oh yeah, always with them.
Seahawks at 49ers.
I'm gonna be taking the 49ers.
Yeah, and with CMC back, I'm going.
They've been looking
a
little rough themselves. They almost lost to the Bucs last week, but I'm still gonna be taking them over the Seahawks.
Me too. Falcons at Broncos.
I'm taking the Broncos here, bro.
Me too. They almost just beat KC. The Falcons lost to a team they shouldn't have lost to. But the Falcons, they've been up and down. They're
Up and down.
It's like crazy. That's going to be a good game to watch. But
It's in
I'm
Denver,
going.
too.
Yeah, it's in Denver.
Right. You know
a
what I
mile
mean?
high definitely makes a difference. Chiefs at Bills. That's another great game.
Who are you taking?
I'm going Bills.
Me too, brother.
Get out of here! You really are. This guy.
No cross off.
Wow.
No
I'm thinking.
cross off.
I think the Bills are finally going to get one over on them.
Dude, absolutely. And with how bad the Chiefs been playing for an undefeated record, I think the Bills can really hand them their first loss,
Wow,
dude.
that's funny. I thought you were going to go Chiefs on this one.
Nah,
the Chiefs, every time you go against the Chiefs, you lose. 2 of my extra wins this year because I took the Chiefs and you didn't.
You're right.
I was like, I'm going to take the Bills, and then
Last time I took the Bucks over the Chiefs, I thought they were going to do something.
That's correct. Bengals at Chargers. That's a good game,
I'm going
too.
to tell you right now, with how good Burrow and Chase have been playing and they're still losing games, I'm going to be taking the Bengals here. He's been playing out of his mind the last few games, too.
Chargers
and they're losing
defense
games,
is so
bro.
good, man. I can't. I said it last week, but Mr. Brusso was dead on with them. It's tough to go against the Chargers right now. Honestly, their defense been good. I feel like, man, it's a tough one for me. But the way Burrow and Chase played, if T. Higgins comes back, which he should.
Yeah, this week I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm hearing this week too. I'm going Bengals too, but I feel like it's going to be a very close game. I mean, that could go either way, honestly.
I agree.
So I'm going to go Bengals too, though. Yeah, Texans at Cowboys. We're both going Texans. I'm assuming.
That's
Cowboys
an easy
are
one,
just
yeah.
terrible.
I mean, if Dak was there, that's one thing, and they were looking good. No, this would have been a good Sunday night game. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, is that Monday night?
Mondays. That's
It's
Mondays.
Monday night game. Yeah, no.
The Texans should have beat the Lions. It was one of the first times in history that I saw they had more yards, and they turned Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions.
5 interceptions, and they won.
Somehow they won with less yards and throwing 5 interceptions.
Did you see the thing that said Jared Goff can throw 5 interceptions and win, and Joe Burrow can throw 5 touchdowns and lose?
Yeah, it's insane. So that's why, I mean, the Chargers, I don't know, that's a tough one for me. I almost took the Chargers on that one. That's a tough one. But what do we only got? One difference this week?
Yes, sir. We got the Colts and the Jets.
That's it. All right. Well, that's all we got. So we got a huge fight this week.
Oh,
coming
yeah,
up,
we
huh?
do. Oh, yeah, we do, Frankie.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
It's going to be great.
Bro, we got Mike Tyson online.
He's
Frankie,
on the line.
Let's ask him some questions, bro.
So before we get into the whole boxing thing, Mike, what do you think of our show? I know it's a lot of numbers and it's kind of different from what you used to.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about numbers. I just know what I can do.
Okay. So yeah, the fight with Jake Paul.
What about it?
Well, I was gonna say.
What about it?
Dude, can I finish, man? You think it's gonna be a good matchup, Mike?
We'll see. I doubt it seriously.
I like the confidence for a 58-year-old, going up against a young guy. But aren't you worried about how Jake Paul is gonna take this?
Well, it. It's a fight. So whatever happens, happens.
Mike, we don't gotta talk like that, please.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Well. You see, the problem
You have
is
a problem? Turn off your station.
Careful, Keith.
we're done here. Hey, all right. Good luck, Mike.
Good luck, buddy.
Off.
So let's move over to Jake Paul. We got Jake on the line too. So Jake, you nervous a little, man? You got Mike Tyson you're going up against?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be too, right, Frankie?
Of course. Guy's an animal. Must be cool to be, going up as a 27-year-old going up against somebody twice your age, doing it since before you were born.
Right.
It excites me that I have my toughest and craziest and most powerful opponent to date.
It's an interesting way to look at it, man. I will say I agree. This is one of his biggest opponents. Considering the other guys he's fought against, Nate Robinson. Sorry, Jake. Nate Robinson, though, wasn't one of your best fights, man. That was too easy for you. Now, I got one last question for you, Jake. What's the biggest challenge going into this fight?
The challenge of going up to heavyweight is kind of like fun. That is a benefit because I've been eating a lot of pasta.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. I need some pasta.
Dude.
Good luck.
You want to go hit Meza after
Let's
this, bro?
go.
Oh, hell yeah, man. But yeah, Frankie, looking forward to that. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul this Friday night on Netflix.
It's going to be awesome, man.
Everybody be sure to check it out. But Frankie, let's get out of here, brother.
Yeah, from Beantown to your town, stay wicked Pissah.
From Foxboro to your bro, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.